Hi. Sometimes when writing R code, you might want to repeat a certain logic multiple times or until a certain condition breaks. In those situations, you would want to use a loop. In this video, we will see what are the different types of looping functionalities available in R. Let's take the case of the drug samples that we saw in the past. Here we have 100 pills with pill IDs 1 to 100, and I also have the sale price. Pills from 1 to 39 have a sale price of 8 and 40 to 100 have a sale price of $10. Let me create the data. Now this is the pill ID and this is the sale price. Now amongst these 100 pills, there are some placebos placed inside. At a rate of 10% of the entire pills are actually placebos. Let me create that data using the sample function. I'm basically sampling it amongst either placebo or real value, and these are getting sampled in the ratio of 10% to 90%. Now amongst these 100 pills, 10% of them are placebos approximately. Now let's see some examples of for loop. Now I want to collect all the pill IDs that are placebos in the first batch. First batch meaning the pill IDs from 1 to 39. How do I do that? What I'm going to first do is to create the vector that is going to hold the pill IDs. So these are placebo IDs. It is now empty. Then I'm going to loop through all the items from 1 to 39. And if the pill type of the respective pill is a placebo, then I attach that pill ID inside this placebo IDs vector. This I'm going to do using a for loop. Now, if you look at the syntax for the for loop, it is very much similar to the if statement that we had seen in the past. It contains a bracket right after the for, followed by a curly bracket. And inside the for, I have a loop counter or an iterator. We will use the I argument. It need not be I, it can be anything else. Basically, a variable that will iterate through all the values in this vector. For each of these iterations, all the statements inside the curly brackets will get executed. Now the statement that we are executing is if the pill type for the respective iteration equals to placebo, then attach that pill ID to placebo IDs. I'm basically extending the placebo IDs vector to include the additional pill ID in each iteration. This is what is happening. Let me run the loop. Now if you check placebo IDs, it will contain the pill IDs that are actually placebos. Now let's see how to do the same thing in a different approach using for loop itself, but in a different approach. What I'm going to do is in first example, I am checking whether it is a placebo or not. In the second example, I'm going to do the negation. If it is not a placebo, I'm going to pass on, that is not do anything, and go directly to the next iteration. This is possible using the next statement. So whenever the for loop encounters the next command, it will not execute anything that follows that command. It will go directly to the next iteration. That is the next value of I. So whenever this is not a placebo, I am skipping that iteration. And when it is equal, I will attach that pill ID to the placebo IDs that I had initialized earlier. Let me initialize it again and run the loop. Now looking at the placebo IDs, this output should match. Good. This is another way of doing the same thing using the next command.